What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. We in the motherfucking Fight Club, and today we're recapping UFC Fight Night Andrade versus Blanchfield. As always, go down, like, and subscribe to the channel. Drop your comments what you thought on the card, and let's get into it. I'm Paul. Pick a win. I'm Concha, and I'm joined with.
Hey man, you already know it's your boy Kev. Water boy's your boy, aka the Don PYE, aka the realest motherfucker on your screen, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. We got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. So Paul, man, how'd you fucking like this card, dog? What was it? UFC fight? What's the name for it? UFC fight Vegas.
It was Vegas 69.
69. Ooh, that is one of my favorite positions. But
I thought it was kind of funny. It had two women headlining 69. I was like, I don't know y'all doing that circus or what.
Bruh, I got some funny shit to say about this card. Caution, real discretion advised. Tell all the motherfucking feminists to get the fuck out the chat at the moment. We finna have some fun in this card.
Yeah, this isn't the video for you, but like some people be getting mad about things that don't involve them. Like like on Twitter, like if you see a tweet that hurts your feelings, just keep scrolling. Like that wasn't for you.
That wasn't for you. Might have been talking about you, but it wasn't for you.
Someone said people complain about the shit they see on Twitter is like someone in the old days going down to the fucking marketplace and then screaming at people, I don't like feminists. It's like, okay, bro. Like, what the fuck you doing over here screaming at us about it? Like, get out of here. Like, that's what Twitter's like. Like, why would you go screaming? Like, I don't know. But let's get into this shit, bro. Before we get into the main event, let's just talk about real quick our guy, living legend, Ovan St. Pierre, OSP, 49-second KO punch, Philip Lins, and I mean, 3 total strikes thrown, 1 landed, and there was a leg kick. Man, is it time to hang him up? Is it time to just move on?
I just don't understand. I just don't know what. There's a lot of things I don't know when it comes to fighting. Right? I don't know what goes in somebody's head when they get old. I don't know what's in Tony Ferguson's head, and I don't know what's in OSP's head. But I'm not gonna lie, it may be that time. I haven't been watching UFC a long time, so I haven't been able to see OSP's great moments. But like the only Haitian fighter I know, and every time I see him, he's gotten fucked up.
Yeah, I definitely pour one out for your boy. I mean,
and that's not normal.
In his prime, though, he was a guy. It's just like he's on like that Chuck Liddell story now, where it's just like everyone's watching you just get hurt every time you fight, bro. We don't want to watch you get hurt.
Damn, that's crazy. Because I remember doing some research on Chuck Liddell, and I seen a video of Dana talking about some. Yeah, Chuck, like we would love for him to stop fighting. I was like, wow, the motherfucking boss, your best friend, one of your best friends, just said, motherfucking, we would love for you to stop.
His chin was gone, and it'd be like 40 seconds to the fight get cracked, just like what we saw here. Like OSP, his chin's gone, and you just at this point you're just causing serious damage to yourself.
Yeah, that's facts. Because this is the UFC, and you're a warrior, man. I respect you. Go out on your shield, but enjoy
salute you on your way out.
But enjoy some of that. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy that. Enjoy whatever your contract is. Enjoy that. Just go ahead and put that away. Throw that in the stock market. Do something. But get the fuck up out of there. Open a training gym in Haiti. I know they ain't got no MMA gyms in Haiti like that. Like, go do something.
And then the only other thing I want to talk about on the prelim, before we head into the main card, is Jamal Emmers beating Hussein Ashubov. Hussein Ashubov was 23-0, making his UFC debut, and he lost 30-27 in Emmers decision across the board to Jamal Emmers. That's just crazy. Like 23-0, and I'm pretty sure he was touted coming into it. He was on like a 3-year layoff, so that's kind of or 2.5-year layoff. So I mean, it's not how you want to start your UFC journey, especially being 23-0 before you come in.
Got it.
All right, now let's jump into this main card. I mean, we saw 4 straight decisions before we finally got into the main event. At least the ladies showed up to take care of business.
I think that's insane. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I was wondering why I kept dozing off. I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on right now? 4 straight decisions. When the Jim Miller decision, I wasn't tripping because like I feel like Jim Miller won the first round, and we was all rooting for Jimmy. Go do your thing, Mr. Miller. But damn, 4 unanimous decisions on a Vegas card? Come on, bro.
And the worst one was the co-main event. Zach Pogba just had an 8.5 minute control time just on top mount. So it was just like, and Jordan Wright wasn't really doing anything to stop it either. So we're just watching like that for for like 15 minutes. There was
And
definitely this. If it was packed, there definitely probably been a lot of boos for this card.
so we have a candidate for worst card of the year so far.
Oh, most definitely. Write that one down.
Yeah, right. This one down. Andrade versus Blanchfield.
I mean,
But
though, what saved it though,
whew, that main event was kind of decent now.
we saw some titties, we saw some submissions. Like, bro, I mean, that main event, it definitely it was worth every penny.
So somebody made a comparison that this Jessica Andrade fight is very similar to like Sean O'Malley versus Peter Yan. How do you feel about that?
Like this, I wouldn't say it was that because Sean O'Malley was really down in the ranks, whereas Blanchfield was at least higher. Like I think she was like 7. This was 7 versus
He
2.
was number 10.
Oh, 10. But I mean, you can agree with that. The only reason why I would say it's a little different is because bantamweight for men's is stacked. So Sean O'Malley kind of jumped a lot of people. But whereas this is a division, the flyweight for women that kind of needs to be revitalized. Like we have, and Andrade wasn't even the first opponent. It was really Tatiana Santos, my girl. So she got hurt. Andrade came in, and unlike how Jan and Mally was like booked since the jump, like it's a little different to me. I just viewed it a little different because someone filled in, and the flyweights. This happens a lot of flyweights. Like not in the flyweight, but in women's in general. Like if there's a hot talent coming in, fucking Dotas get jumped to the front a lot. Like Santos was fresh off the contender series like that year. She got a fucking title shot.
That's crazy. She won that motherfucker. Do
Whereas
you
in
think it's
bantamweight, he kind of jumped a lot of big names. He jumped a lot of people to get that number one shot.
Cruz, Dominic Cruz, Cheeto Vera? Oh yeah.
Sandhagen.
Oh, they had to jump some names.
But the fight itself, I mean, Blanchfield's legit. I wanted to see how she stood up against a real vet. Like I said, she hasn't been tested. She beat Ball and Meatball. Who cares? Like I don't give a fuck about that. This is a name where I can respect.
Yeah, I respect, but you can make the excuse. It's Andrade kind of did fight like almost less than 30 days ago against Lauren Murphy, but like she picked up the fight. She felt like she didn't take too much damage and she was ready to go for it. I think Blanchfield is just the problem. Like this is a young, up and coming, like stacked motherfucker. Like I would love to have seen her versus Talia Santos. Do you think it would have been the same outcome?
See, that was one thing I wanted to see because Blanchfield got a takedown on Andrade, got the um and then even whenever she clipped her and Andrade ducked her head, she and took her back and it got the rear naked choke to end the fight. But for her to be able to take her down, like I was the one thing with Santos, I was like, well, Andrade is just as like probably a little bit better on the ground than I think Santos. Well, at least I don't know. Santos is still fresh. Actually, like she's big. That's her big thing. Like she's big and strong. So I would have to see how she stacks up. But Andrade's certified BJJ, certified on the ground. So for like we saw her do a fucking flying choke last year. Like she is a certified killer. So for Blanchfield to feel comfortable enough to not even worry about it and like get the submission also to end the fight and was kind of winning some of the exchange, not some, most of the exchanges. I felt like Andrade was throwing more, but Blanchfield was connecting just as much without throwing as many shots. So like it was all around performance. So I think her for Santos was I thought Santos would have the ground game advantage, but Blanchfield showed me like, okay, BJJ she submits people for real. Like this isn't her first submission. I'm pretty sure she has 3 submissions in her fights in the UFC so far. Let me see. Yeah, 3 straight submissions in a row. So like Santos one bread and butter strong woman on the ground, and I think Blanchfield's legit enough. I think she actually could beat Santos.
That's crazy. We need some fresh talent. We need some new meat for my wife.
And
Valentina.
like we'll see because the Valentina might fight Blanchfield next, but who maybe since Santos maybe still get that fight going instead for like an interim belt because they love throwing in belts.
Yeah, that's actually pretty fucking funny. But how do you feel about Andrade, right? So she says she had a last in judgment because her tit popped out. I saw the video. No, I'm gonna let you go first. I'm gonna let you go first. How do you feel about that?
I I love Andrade, but that's an excuse, my lady. Like I don't know, like I maybe she was self conscious of it, but I also know that she has an OnlyFans. I'm not judging her for it, but I know that you're a lot usually women with OnlyFans are more comfortable in their skin and their body. So I wouldn't expect that to be like something that makes you hesitant and freak out or whatever. I I don't know what's going on in her mind, but from my point of view, I just think this is an excuse and it wasn't a good one in my opinion.
Now that's what Loki fucked me up when I went to go look it up. Like, yo, Jessica Andrade tit falling out, and the next thing you know, Jessica Andrade nudes, and I seen her naked, and I was just like, oh, this is what number four in the this is what number four in the flyweight division looks like. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, I'm Gucci on that, but that shit had me sick. But but motherfucking, I mean, like you said, that's an excuse, bro. Like straight up, like you can't just. Even though she said, I'm not trying to make any excuses, but like you throw that in the air, like it's not like your tip exploded.
Yeah, and I mean, I also think Blanchfield, even if it was a momentary lapse, I don't know. That's just hard to judge for me. I don't think that's really the reason why she lost at all. I think she did, especially in the heat of the moment in a battle. I see street fights where women's titties be popping out and they still be swinging. They're not worried about that shit. They'll fix that shit
Only
later.
the thing plus titty be swinging all in out. That's when I get the recording up.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, you're a professional fighter. Like the adrenaline in your body, that you're in like you're in a cage. Like people always say, like you cannot replicate that feeling once you're in the cage and it's locked. Like there's a different feeling that you can stand in the cage at gyms, you can do everything. You can think you know that feeling, but you don't know that feeling until you're really there. So I'm just like, she was so locked in. I just don't see that as a real reason.
I respect it. Ah man, well I don't respect it. But Blanchfield is a hitter, bro. She's a hitter. She's a hitter. She's a hitter. I think she has. I don't think nobody's being Shevchenko, but like Blanchfield is a new dog on the block. Let's see if she can get that title shot. But what's
Flyweight's
next?
coming up now.
What's next for Andrade? She was just on this great winning streak. She was fucking
She
people
could
up. She took
fight
a fight.
Santos next. Santos
Ooh,
usually they like pairing up people coming off losses against each other. So it's either her fighting Santos next, and I don't know who else is really available right now that's really gonna pique Andrade's interest other than Santos. And then even if Santos don't fight her, I think Santos might fight either her or Lauren Murphy next. Because Santos got to fight somebody. If it's not Blanchfield, it's gonna be either Andrade or Lauren Murphy.
I don't want to see Silora Murphy or Santos.
No,
It's
neither
not
do I.
as bad. It's not gonna be as bad as Jessica Andrade versus Lauren Murphy, but like I don't want to see that. Give me Jessica Andrade versus Santos, Blanchfield versus Shevchenko, and the winner of that fight fights the winner of that fight.
Easy as that, Dana. Fucking, we just saw flyweight by what was that, like 20 seconds?
20.
Oh, I wish the card was quick as 20 seconds.
I really fell asleep during this card, and I was like, that's not normal for me no more. But it had to be done.
And no one can say or say, "Oh, you're being misogynistic." Go watch the a review episode. Tell me I wasn't probably the only. We were one of the few podcasts out here that was like, this card's gonna be pretty good. Like they got a number one contendership fight for the main event. Got some names in the prelim. Jim Miller's on the card. OSP's on the card. We was hyping up the card. So I was just heavily disappointed with this. That's why I am allowed to say this shit was weak. I didn't say it was gonna be a weak card to begin with. I'm just adding more hate. Nah, I thought this shit was gonna be pretty good.
I'm a gangster. I can tell you straight up, that shit was trash. But it wasn't trash, but it was weak. It was mid. It was mid card of the year.
Like someone's only fans.
Mid card. I mean, she be having like roses and flower petals. She gets creative. It's just like, wow, you really with quads those strong. Okay.
Okay. I mean, hey, there's everyone has a type.
Yeah, that's fact. I would say that.
There are some freaky deakies out in the world now.
I mean, it's probably pertaining more to girls, but like she's probably trying to get the lesbian crowd. But like with those quads, and I mean leg all the way back here, like you see it all. With those quads, I'm just saying, like, all right,
that's how I felt about the car, but all right.
Yes, let's not get canceled tonight, Paul. But all right.
Sure. Hey, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there.
Let's close it out for niggas get canceled real quick, man. Hey, man, this has been the Totally Blitz podcast, and if you didn't know, we don't mind telling you and your bitch ass friends again that this has been the Totally Blitz podcast. I'm in this bitch with Paul Pickham Winham Concert. It's your boy Lil KK, aka the Don P. Like, aka the realest motherfucker off the screen. And we together get down for UFC Fight Night Vegas in the Apex. It was mid, but it happens. But we gonna catch you on the next one, man. Don't forget to check out the recap, man. And the NFL season recap coming soon. Wait on it, man. And make sure you wish my niece a happy motherfucking birthday. She turned 4 last weekend. And hop in the comments and talk your shit, man. But we out of here. Yeah, bitch.
Measurements, plug here, let them in. Passing out the medicines. We've been on that rock star regimen, knowing that I'm heaven sent, higher than I ever been. I got a problem with being problematic. Get the light beam on me, ready for electrostatic. Don't you step into this box if you're not batting. Then my gang got tools, you can call them boy crap, man. This gang got rules, man. You better watch your passes, this ain't not new. And it's some accent, all I say is true.